Hey guys, Coach Ed Haynes here to talk to you about the Performance and Competitors Program. For all of us, coaches included, the season has pretty much officially come to an end, bar a few individuals who are going to be competing in the Asia Champions Finals. So next season, the 2017-2018 season has officially started. Today is just about kind of getting you guys another video to update you on what our next block is about, but I just want to start by reminding you guys who are following the Performance Competitor Program exactly what goals we are chasing. So the program is built around a competitive season, and when we talk about the competitive season with regards to CrossFit and the sport of fitness, we're really talking about the CrossFit Open, and we know the Open is going to be March 2018. So from a programming and planning standpoint, the closer we get to March 2018, the more specific the program starts to look like. And when we say specific, we basically mean the more the workouts and our training is going to start to simulate open style workouts. For now, what we're definitely seeing in terms of what's lacking from our clientele in the performance competitor group is just general strength. We know that a great highlight of this was 17.3 in the Open this year, which is when the snatches just got heavier and heavier and heavier. And I think we can all agree as a group, not many people made it past that second and third barbell. With that said, we were generally, as a whole, very, very good and very competitive in all the other workouts, which were a lighter, more moderate load that required more kind of energy systems. More capacity with energy systems. So again, it's just another year of really attacking our weaknesses. So our biggest priorities right now are just developing strength for you guys. And when we're talking about developing strength, we're talking not so much necessarily about just Olympic lifting, but just developing kind of things like strength endurance, hypertrophy, and absolute strength with things like hinging, squatting, pushing, pulling, and all the variations of the movement. It's really important that we put in the hard work for the strength stuff now, and that we get closer to the Open, we'll start to go more into maintenance mode and that kind of work. But I think it's really, really important within the sport that there is a large portion of each season spent on just basic things like bodybuilding, starting to feel tissues and muscles working again that you haven't used in a while, and basically just rebuilding the foundations. Not only is that important in terms of performance come competitive season time, but also just in terms of general health. It's really important to know that we can't just pummel our bodies with high intensity, fast work all the time. It's really important that we're actually spending more time just doing slow and controlled contractions. With regards to this specific block for the next 4 to 8 weeks, again, we're maintaining our energy system work. You're going to see bits of kind of conditioning dribbled throughout the week. But what we will see in the next block, so after this 4 weeks, is we're going to start to introduce one longer aerobic day. And that will take place of one of the kind of strength days at the moment. Not to say you won't be doing strength work, that will be the priority, but just to really start to rebuild people's engines again. We're gonna, as you guys know who trained this week so far, we're reintroducing some gymnastics movements. The last 8 weeks, the amount of kipping volume has been taken down considerably. It's only been one day where you guys are actually doing kipping contractions. You're gonna start to see more kipping like chest to bars, toes to bars, kipping pull-ups, and eventually muscle-ups come in at least twice a week now. But we're also gonna do some skill development work with our handstand push-ups. So that's just slow, controlled eccentrics and working on the kip at the moment. And as we get through the year, we'll start to really develop some efficiency there. Just a kind of reminder for you guys is at this point in the year, it's really important we spend a lot of our time just focusing on improving technique. When the competitive season comes around and we start to perform a lot of these movements at high speed, high intensity, that's when we see technique start to break down. If you can spend the next kind of 3 to 6 months really improving your awareness of the movement and how to execute movements with perfect form, it's going to help a lot when we get to those points in time where we have to perform them under fatigue. So don't worry too much about just trying to build a ton of volume in right now. We can't develop good volume until we've really addressed the movement itself. So a reminder on that, always film yourself, review your own videos, watch videos online, there's loads of good resources. And of course, as a coaching team, we're always here to help you guys. We have some specialists amongst the team with things like gymnastics and weightlifting. But generally speaking, any of the coaches can take you guys for an ad hoc one-on-one session if there's a skill that you wanted to improve on. Or if you wanted to do it as a group of you, then we're more than happy to accommodate. Last thing is that Strongman on Saturdays, that's going to stay. We've had some really good feedback from that. It's just good to kind of change up the training stimulus every now and then. but it also gives us a chance to work on that short, really high intensity energy system, which we usually refer to as lactic power, lactic endurance. So highly recommend as many of you trying to get down to that session. A lot of odd object stuff. We've got some heavy sandbags in now. We're going to be using those a lot. And it's just a lot of fun. As always, guys, if you have any questions, please reach out to me or any of the coaches. Keep up the great work.